Hey YouTube, how you doing?
Hey YouTube, what's going on?
We're about to go live.
Hmm.
Three, two, one. Get that delay out of the way. Hey everybody, and welcome to the Acceptable Regular Cast,
Yeah,
a series of creating comic books and stuff like that, answering questions and being people. My name's
as
Dave
usual.
Raposa.
Hi, I'm Dan Warren. Yeah, as usual, if anyone has any questions or stuff they want to talk about, just tag us in the chat at Steve Lichman. We'll be happy to answer that stuff. I know
And
what some of you were thinking, but weren't you guys doing an interview today?
right,
Yeah, we are. It's just going to be later.
yeah, it's gonna be later. I just want to say that, as usual, if you're coming here to hang out, that's cool. If you want to help support us, that's cool too. You can go to acceptablecomics.com and check out a free preview of our books, which are available for pre-order and in the process of flying around.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know. Anyway, let's get into doing some comic book stuff. Let's fade out of this beautiful song.
When we last left our page,
Yeah.
uh, Batman was up against it on the ropes in his epic battle with Devilman. And
Mm-hmm.
just when all seemed lost, he summoned his Batman Gundam, being
Wow.
piloted by his loyal servant Alfred.
That's right. So,
Take a look at that page.
felt like playing double intro. Okay.
Is this comic project a personal endeavor? Asks Ian. Yes,
Yeah.
because if it was a professional one, we'd get sued. It is absolutely a personal endeavor that
You
we're
hear
doing a
that?
Batman comic.
You hear that? DC.
Personal.
This is personal. Nothing's happening from
Personal.
this. I'm not gonna make
No
any money.
financial gain.
All right. So, do we want to pull up the other one
Yeah, sure.
before we get into it?
Yeah, they didn't see you do the colors live. You did them after we got off the stream, so we can go over that.
Yeah, I just wanted to get them out of the way. Let me open this up. All right. So this is what it ended up looking like. This isn't like a high res file, so I can't really zoom in. But yeah, this is the initial one. We have the script out for this, but I don't know. It just broke my heart to read all the comments
Bronx,
on Instagram.
Bronx Spider just subscribed.
What? Bronx
Thank
Rock
you.
Spider, thank you so much.
What were the comments on Instagram
They were like so positive about like,
about this?
like it being cool. And I'm like, I know what it says, and everybody on here knows what it says. You know, if you've watched the other streams, and like people took it seriously, like not, probably not seriously, but like in a fun way, like fun, serious,
Oh
like
no,
crossover, what if kind of thing.
they don't know that it's got the worst dialogue ever. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, should we do the speech bubbles?
it's so boring. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's true.
we could, but I figured we'd jump into the next page. The speech bubbles are already worked out. I mean, we can go through them if you want, but as it is right now, yeah, there's this page, and then it's going to cut to the next scene. And the way that we're doing the comic is it's just kind of random the whole time.
So you're saying the
It's
people on
fun.
Instagram didn't expect Alfred to say, Master Wayne, get your sweet chiseled body out of here. I'll handle it from here.
Yeah, they didn't. They don't want that.
Get your ripped, muscled figure out of this danger.
I know they don't want it.
They might want it.
I mean, they might. I think a different group of
If
people
you,
will want it once they
you
read
knew
that.
it, if you know anything about being rich,
Yeah,
you'd
you,
know I have a butler.
yeah. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but So the next thing to do is to just kind of lay out some notes here of what this one's going to be about. Page, panel, notes.
Now, we did have an idea for this page. Should we go over it?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
So our initial idea for this page, I don't know if we talked about this live,
No, we didn't.
was that the Batman Gundam is going to power up and look really cool. And then it's going to get pinged by a Principality of Xeon scanner out in outer space.
Well, we're going to be like, the way, again, this is visual stuff. So, like,
yeah.
in my mind, we're seeing what Dan just said about the Gundam, or to be more appropriate, Mazinger.
Mazinger, yes.
So, basically, like, I want to show like a screen here, like a screen that they're watching the fight on. So like some screen in space or something like that, with like some like a anime girl, like looking on at it, like
the anime girl navigator turns around to the Admiral and says, "Admiral, a B-class Mazinger is powered up on Earth realm. I don't know.
Bat class.
Yeah, Bat class Mazinger Gundam has powered up.
Let me do Bat class.
Yeah.
Just because that'd be really stupid if that was already
the
a
Admiral's
thing.
going to smirk and he's going to say, "So, Bruce, you did not heed my warning."
Yeah, and it's what's his face from Gundam? What's his name? The dude with the white eyes and the mask and all that.
From Gundam?
And the helmet. Yeah, that's the general dude.
Oh, yeah. I don't know his name.
I forget his name. The blonde hair guy. He's in a bunch of them.
Yeah, he's like the prince, right?
Yeah, so he's the guy who what does he drive? What's his red Gundam? The Red Dart? What's it called?
The Red Dart.
I don't remember what it's.
See, the Gundam is one of my like blind spots. Like I know what they look like. I don't know any of those names.
The Red Spark.
Outside of Zaku.
Yeah, it's the Red Zaku.
His name is Char.
Char, right?
There we go.
That's his name.
A great name.
Yeah, so it's gonna be Char, and he's gonna be in his like space throne, you know.
Char in his chair.
The bay, the little whatever you call it, overlooking like the Gundams that they have in like outer space and shit. And then around him's going to be his council of
the Red Comet.
Yeah, the Red Comet. That's what it's called.
Great fucking name.
Okay, and then so his council is going to be. Should we say that or should we surprise that?
Let's just hold off on it.
Hold up.
He's gonna turn around and discuss it with his. Yeah.
Okay, so let's just put these beats down so that we know where we're going. Girl watching. We don't want to use up too much space with this because it's minuscule. Mm-hmm. So girl's watching and then girl turns. That could probably be like one box thing like this.
I mean, you could do her turning around with the screen behind her like she was just looking at it and put the Gundam on the screen. It doesn't need to be two necessarily. It could just be her turning around and saying, "Admiral."
I'm more or less trying to like break up the basic panel structure, but
sure.
Something, yeah, have her whip around like that with her headset thing. Mm-hmm. More futuristic than a telemarketer headset.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. But
one step up.
Yeah, and then so there's a screen and we're seeing the Batman thing fighting all of a sudden a giant Devilman. Probably that'd be funnier.
Sonny Boy says, "Daniel, you ever move to Denver to get close and intimate with Dave?" And a follow-up from I'm Felix says, "Yes." At Steve Lichman, wouldn't make sense to move to the same city now that you guys were in a company. You'd think that, but
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter because like the way things work, we just talk everything through. I script stuff out. Dave does lines, puts them on Dropbox. I color them, and then we finalize it. And like, we'd be doing file transfers if we were together anyway. We're not going to be in an office sharing a server because it wouldn't be worth the money.
There's an interview. I've been listening to like screenplay interview things, and this dude, the dude Matt Reeves, who co-wrote like Planet of the Apes, like the newer one. Mm-hmm. They wrote that whole script over Skype.
Yeah.
Him and the dude that he works with, they just like write all day. I thought that was funny.
We're not doing enough stuff that having an office would be worth the cost of having an office yet.
Yeah.
So like, there's not really any point.
You want to keep whatever you do as minimal as possible. You never want to like go to like
outside your
just
means.
to be professional looking.
Yeah.
It's not
Plus,
worth it.
like, Dave used to live in Boston and New Hampshire, which is super close to me. And like, even when you lived in Boston, we only hung out like every couple weeks.
Less
Like, we
than
don't, we
that.
don't, we don't really do anything. Like,
Oh.
we're both working all the time, and like, I don't know, we don't really go out a ton.
Yeah. All
So
right.
it's like, not much of a point.
Okay. So what we probably want to do here is have her whip around, and then we want to show an establishing shot of where this
Brandon J.
is.
Crone just subscribed for the tier one sub. I don't know what that is. They changed their sub thing
Tier
again.
1
Thank you.
sub. Thank you,
Thank you.
Brandon.
They changed the sub thing again.
Mm. Okay. So now we need an establishing shot. So this is going to be the cockpit area. Or, not cockpit, whatever you call it, the bridge.
The bridge.
Gundam 0083 bridge. I'm looking up a reference, by the way.
Well, yeah, you got to get it right.
Yeah. Or at least something to build off of. Doesn't need to be exactly right.
He's got to be smirking, and he's got to go, hmm.
Yeah, we're going to do a
So,
close up
Bruce.
of him in shadow, like underlit,
Yeah.
with his
And he's
eyes
going to tilt
shimmering.
his head down, close his eyes,
Yes, so
if it were an anime.
okay. Oh man, I love the bridges in Gundam.
Yeah, they're pretty great.
These are really stupid.
Yeah, Pinchivik, that's basically what I'm saying is like, if I moved to Colorado, it wouldn't fix anything because we're all super busy. It's not like we'd be hanging out all the time anyway.
No.
Like, Kim's crazy busy too.
All right, so this is a really bad, like, screenshot. I don't know if you can even see that, but
It hasn't popped up yet because of the delay.
yeah, but that's what I'm gonna use. I'm just gonna. It's not gonna look like that, but it's gonna be something like that.
That's great. I love that like diamond screen.
Yeah, it was really stupid.
That's so cool.
So, all right, we're gonna design this cockpit now. So let's look at the page. Let's figure out the space it's gonna occupy. So the beats that have to happen is the girl's watching. We have the establishing shot. We have the face. So we do stab, and then we have face with the line, "Oh well, 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 Bruce," whatever. And then after that, we have our surprise guess.
Oh, what it should be. Okay, so it's the panel you already have. The panel under it's the establishing shot of him in the
Uh-huh.
chair. Then do two panels and side by side for the third one down. Have the face tilted down with the "So Bruce," then have him turning to the side and show silhouettes of who's behind him. And then do the establishing shot at the bottom of who it is.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, this one, his reveal shot of his face has to be pretty big.
Yeah,
So establishing shots.
but it probably doesn't need to be a full wide for the whole because his face probably won't even fit.
It'll be cool though to do like.
Yeah, let's try it. It could be like Ninja Gaiden-y.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It has to be
Yeah.
like he's obviously evil. We need to show that he's a bad guy.
Did you ever put those painted Ninja Gaiden panels you were doing up?
I don't
Now that
think
you're
so.
putting now that you're putting your old work up.
No, I don't think I ever did. All right, and then a bigger shot here of the reveal of him like, well, okay, so she's over here, she's looking back at him, he's over here, so he's got to look the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have to figure out kind of what he's saying to them.
Ivan P asks, "What's the cream thing you guys keep talking about? What is it?" It's that life cream. It's what's at the top, the best of all things. It's like it's
Well,
that rich.
it's the cream of the
feel good.
crop kind of cream.
Yeah,
It's the heavy cream. It's
When the
live
cream's flowing, things are good.
breast milk.
Yeah.
All right, so, and then we have the establishing shot, which is going to lead us down. We want to do this. So they're going to be here, kind of hanging out. And then we have like the shot of like the bay windows looking out at cool planets and shit.
Mm-hmm.
With like computers and all that. And those stupid chairs that are in gun.
Yeah.
Those chairs are so stupid. I love that they're like elevated with like tiny computers with keyboards in them.
It's great.
It's like, what are you doing on that? Alright. And then the people working underneath, so they're like elevated. Alright, and then we'll have to have a panel overlapping that, establishing panel of the people responding to him.
Great.
And that'll be the gist of it. Alright. So this one's going to be another one of these kind of up shots.
What's your time zone, Dave? CST?
No, it's MST.
MST? If you're just joining us, you can join us again for a second stream
Well,
tonight.
you want to do PST, EST? If you were going to say a time zone, you probably want to do PST,
yeah,
EST.
I'll do PST and EST. You can join us tonight at 8 p.m. EST and 5 p.m. PST for our interview with Brandon Jones, the founder of GameTrailers.com and Easy Allies on Patreon, who just celebrated their 2-year anniversary last night. It's going to be a fun talk.
That's right.
That's right. 2 streams today.
2 streams today, so get ready for that.
I don't want to hear any complaining.
Well, we have to keep up with this or it'll never get done.
Oh, I know. Especially with all the twists and turns we have planned.
I know. The twists and turns. There are a lot of twists and turns. It's really stupid. I can't wait to see where it all goes. I'm doing the thing Dan loves.
What?
The throne angle.
Oh, yes. The best.
Like we were literally just talking about.
We were talking about this yesterday.
How stupid it is.
Stupid this angle looks. There's only like one painting I've ever seen that pulls this angle off.
And it's this one right here.
There you go.
He's gonna have the screens.
It just looks like a guy in a wheelchair every time people paint it. Like there's no cool way to do that angle. I've seen it done like one time, I think, maybe 2. Dave, did you put your I don't see this week's Gauntlet of Goals on the spreadsheet.
It's in March. We made like the March one. So
is it a new spreadsheet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just so we don't scroll every time.
Did you send me an invite to the March spreadsheet?
No, and I probably won't.
Okay, I was going to say, because it's not showing up.
I don't know. I thought Kim might have.
No, I thought we were just going to keep going on the one. That's okay, though. I'll tally up my points and we can figure it out later.
Yeah. I know I didn't do good because I was in Seattle.
Yeah, I didn't even know we were doing this week because you were on vacation.
Yeah, it was my birthday. Well,
we have not settled on the charity challenge yet. That is an outstanding.
Yeah, I haven't been around, but we will do that.
Are there any lawyers on your interview list? We actually are planning on interviewing a lawyer. We just don't know if it's going to be a specific one or not yet.
Yeah, we want to, for sure.
We want to.
Like, we want to have on all kinds of business people
mm-hmm.
that are outside of immediate art or entertainment people. Just
They
like,
want like IP lawyer.
yeah, just people who can help uh, artists kind of get a grasp on the legality of being a human being who draws pictures.
Dan, will you do a stream on art history? Probably not. It just takes too much time, and I'd have to charge for it to do something worth doing. Bits and pieces of that come out doing the paint overs anyway, but I probably won't dedicate any time to doing something like that.
Yeah. What would you do if you did do one?
I mean, art history is too huge of a topic. I'd have to break it down into like a series of different things.
No, I know, but I'm saying like a favorite period.
I don't know, like golden age of illustration, probably. Like NC Wyeth and all that stuff.
Mm.
I don't know. I could talk about cathedrals for 3 hours. Had to take a huge exam on cathedrals. It was super boring.
I love how that just sounds like the most boring thing.
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to do it. It'd be boring as shit. But, you can go listen to talk I did 10 years ago or something with Sam Carr on YouTube about the Renaissance. There you go.
Really?
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
up there,
remember that.
up there somewhere. Let's see. I thought your charity was 24-hour critique stream. No, that was a random idea. We never committed to that though. That's a possibility, but
Yeah, right. I'll never do that.
no, they're not talking about you. They're talking about me.
There's not enough time in the world, but we tied.
No, I know, but we have to do different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I was joking about maybe doing, but
Okay.
I don't know if I could do that honestly. Critique streams take a lot of energy because you're just talking the whole time.
All right. So she's going to be in the foreground, looking back.
I will say, if you're in New York next March, go to the New York Antiquarian Book Fair. That was the coolest thing ever.
Next year.
Yeah, next March. It's every year. It's at the Armory near Central Park. They had like every antique copy of everything you can even imagine. It was great.
Okay. So I got this all set up now.
Stupid throne. Uh, it's so boring. It's just a guy sitting on a chair.
I don't know what you're talking about, Dan.
It's just a guy on a chair.
It's dynamic. Screens of Pokemon. What would the screens be? The screens have to have stupid stuff on them too.
They should be like high-res photos of Bruce Wayne, Batman,
Well, like
schematic,
I think just
schematics.
to build out the universe a bit,
Okay.
we should have them since they're the Principality of Xeon.
Mhm.
They should be after multiple people or monitoring multiple heroes.
Okay, sure.
Like just
Okay.
so we leave it open.
So let's think of who the best possible heroes are for
Like
them to track down. I'm thinking
Ultraman or something over here.
Lupin the Third.
Yeah, Lupin the Third. Lupin the Third's funny.
Yeah, Lupin the Third needs
Lupin
to
the
be
Third
stopped.
holding his gun like
Yeah,
this.
they hired him to steal all Bruce Wayne's money, and then he double crossed him.
Yeah, Lupin the Third. We'll put like a castle in the background.
Yeah, yeah,
All right,
Lupin the Third.
Lupin the Third. There's Ultraman, but we can do something else. What could
Oh,
be funnier than
absolutely.
Ultraman?
James Bond Jr.
No, that's Lupin the Third twice. That's the American Lupin the Third.
Carmen San Diego. What else? Let's
Carmen
think.
San Diego. You could put Arthur. Arthur from PBS. That's his face up there, the anteater.
Yeah, okay, we can do Arthur. Arthur and Lupin the Third. Sure.
Or Pooh Bear or something.
Oh man. What else can we do? Let's think.
I'm just testing out Arthur up there.
Jack Reacher.
Sure. If
The
it
most
were
unrecognizable character. You just have to do
white
photo
man,
studies of Tom Cruise.
just white guy,
Yeah, just white guy.
Jack Reacher, the Mummy, the Wolf Man.
Jack Burton.
Should be Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice up there.
I was thinking Jack Burton. How stupid it would be for him in his truck to show up. Who else could it be?
I mean, they can be after anybody. They can be after video game characters. We could put Spyro the Dragon up there. We could do.
If we're opening it up to video game characters, then I'm pretty sure it needs to be Geralt of Rivia. Seeing him fight a Gundam.
All right, we can put Geralt up there.
Seeing him hunt a Devilman.
There's a devil man out here in these woods.
Yeah.
What are you
He's
doing?
on the
Oh, wait, we'd remake that stupid trailer. I'm hunting devil men.
Yeah.
And then play the stupid bagpipes.
The Devilman walks among us.
Wow, somebody possessed? No. He looks like this. Show an anime
Okay, so
photo.
yeah. Lupin the Third, Arthur, Geralt. Do we need more, or is that it?
I think that's enough. That explains our premise. I have
Okay.
Geralt putting his hand out with the spell, casting the Star of David on fire.
They don't need to hire Dr. Wily to bring their Gundams to life.
Oh, Dr. Wily definitely works for Char.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say.
That's already established.
Oh man.
That was part of it before we even began. And then Captain Jack Sparrow.
Well, he's on Captain Harlock's ship, trying to get his boat back. Captain Harlock gives an order, and then Jack Sparrow creates a mutiny and takes over his boat.
Then we just show like a 5-panel breakdown of Johnny Depp getting shot in the face over and over, where his face just gets slowly more and more mutilated.
Yeah. Monster Caesar just subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh boy.
All right, cool. This is the fun part.
Yeah.
Just figuring out what this is.
I love them hiring Lupin the Third.
He said he could bring us them.
Yeah.
He said he could stop the Batman, figure out who he is.
They're fighting a multi-front war against Batman. They're trying to take his money away.
They need the money to build more Gundams.
Yeah, they
They
need
can't
that
get
money
enough of
to
Gundam.
expand the principality.
We need more model kits.
Mm-hmm.
We need 1-for-1 model kits.
We need to get 1/4 scale. These 1/100th scale are just not big enough.
To face off against the toy soldiers.
Oh God, that movie.
That movie
I forgot
blows.
that movie existed.
Does that movie blow? It does blow, right?
I think so. There was that. There was what? There was two, right? Army men and small soldiers, was it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of
What was
those
the other
movies
one?
where two of that movie came out at the same time.
Yeah, like Ants and Bugs Life, but it
Right.
was with toy soldiers. I can't remember the other one's name. Oh man, his helmet's so cool.
It is the coolest.
Yeah, it's so great. I never realized that, like, did they just use that design for Captain Falcon?
Probably. It's definitely like inspired by that, I
Yeah.
would say. Even if it's not on purpose. I use that idea for doing the dude from Starvale.
Right.
I
Such a
like
sweet design.
love his design so much.
If you're just joining us, we're working on page 2 of Batman versus Devilman, wherein Batman's Gundam being powered up, technically his Mazinger, is read by the scanners on an Admiral fleet ship of the Principality of Xeon. They are currently tracking not only Batman, but also Geralt of Rivia, Lupin III, and Arthur from PBS. Join us tonight at 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST for our interview with Brandon Jones, founder of GameTrailers.com.
Yeah, that's gonna be really good.
Great. That smirk.
Well.
Yeah. So, Bruce, you couldn't resist.
That was my father's Mazinger.
Could you make a movie out of Skull and Shark? I mean, we couldn't. Somebody else could, maybe. We'd have to, like, finish it first.
Yeah. There's been actual interest in that, though, which is pretty cool.
We've had offers on turning it into a movie, which is crazy because it's not even done yet.
It's not even like a thing, so I don't know what that means.
Yeah, who knows? Be cool. Be a lot of work. This is great.
So yeah, this is the rough sketching.
I can't wait for Captain Harlock to show up and fight the Red Comet.
Oh, he's definitely doing that.
I know. Broadsiding a Gundam. Be great.
Yeah, firing everything at them. And Tron Bon and the rest of them on board.
Oh, yeah, right. Tron and Teasel. Scavenging the inside of the Admiral's ship looking for what were they called? Refractors?
I remember. Did you ever play the second Mega Man Legends?
No, but I heard it's like one of the greatest games ever. I didn't play it because you couldn't get it. Like when it came out, there was so few copies of it, and then they immediately went up to like $200 something.
Yeah, I never played it.
I remember
like watched a playthrough on YouTube of it.
That CVS in North Carver, the town we grew up in. There's this weird period of time where they had all the rare PlayStation games just for sale.
That's where I bought Suikoden 2. Oh no, I didn't buy it there. I saw it there. I bought it.
I bought Symphony of the Night there.
Yeah, they had like a bunch of games you couldn't find anywhere.
It was like in the Hallmark card aisle, just like the greatest hits versions of all these rare games. And it's like, what? Why is this in a CVS? Like it was right before PS2 came out and all that shit disappeared.
Mm-hmm. They had them next to like the G.I. Joe, like the rip-off G.I. Joes and stuff.
Yeah, it was super weird. I really want to play the second one though. Mega Man Legends is a great game.
Yeah, well, Bruce. Yeah, page is coming together. I like the vibe of it.
What do you guys think of pursuing illustration and animation at the same time? I really want to do both. Yeah, there's no reason you can't do both.
Yeah, do both.
Yeah,
just
do both.
Play with it. Have fun. I mean, have fun with what you're doing. It'll show through in your work, and you'll learn from everything you do. So you don't have to worry about detours too much, because it's not like it's not going to be beneficial.
Who would play Steve Lichtman if you could have any actor? Steve Lichtman. Nathan Fielder.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that.
It would be Nathan Fielder.
Yeah, Nathan Fielder's. He's so funny.
Yeah, I would love him to be Steve.
Just that dead voice.
Yeah. Is there a way for Guyver to show up? Yeah, there's numerous ways.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? It could be any one of the kids. It could be Bruce.
Bruce could use a bio booster to increase his power.
I mean, it could have been that when Bruce fell into that cave, his head smacked into something that looked like a rock, but wasn't. Yeah, it was like an alien thing.
But wasn't. But wasn't.
Yeah. Maybe the thing he feared most wasn't bats. Maybe it was the enemy within.
God.
And that's his arc, is at the end he has to confront the Guyver. And they split in two, and Bruce has to fight Brewster.
We'll do Batman
The
Dark.
Brewster armor.
Yeah, the Bio Brewster. Yeah, it'd be great. Yeah, that'll happen. It's coming.
They just have the speech where he goes, "All along I thought I was afraid of bats and bat caves. It turns out I was afraid of Bio Brewster armor."
Yeah.
The monster that I had become.
Designing a Batman version of Guyver would be great.
Oh, it's happening now that it's been brought up.
The two spikes coming out of the head instead of the one for bat ears.
For sure.
It's gonna be great. Ripping his tits open to shoot lasers at.
Should Char be like pointing at them or no?
No, he should be. If he's doing anything, he should be like holding a wine glass.
That's
like
true.
Something super casual evil. It should be that, or it should be like, I don't know. What else? What else would an evil admiral?
Yeah, he should be
do?
leaning back and
he's like royalty,
smoking a long cigarette or something.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. Long cigarette, wine glass. I don't know what else.
Yeah, let's see. What's funnier? Wine glass is like what he would have.
Yeah.
Not like they do that in the show, but it's almost not a joke.
No. It just matches his outfit perfectly.
But like a long feminine cigarette.
How about Dracula? I don't know, but if we ever animated Steve Lichtman, the voice actor for James from Pokemon would be Dracula. I don't know what actors off the top of my head. I mean, Adam Levine.
Maybe it's like a glass of wine with like rose petals in it or something.
Maybe it's just a long rose. Maybe he's just holding a rose. Holding a rose and observing the frailty of beauty. You know?
Yeah. We'd have to make a comment about that.
Sure.
You know, I'd have to say who they are.
No, it would be so Bruce, you couldn't resist, or whatever that panel's going to be, and then the thorn in my side, as it is with all beautiful things, like this rose. No, my friends, or whatever.
Yeah, you'd have to put the rose in this panel.
Yeah.
The one of his face, like he's crossing it up to his face to sniff it.
Oh God. Yeah, it could be anything. It could be a glass of wine, I guess. The rose is like so over the top. I kind of want it though.
Yeah, wine isn't funny.
A rose is pretty great.
Rose is like very anime.
Yeah. It's also like in a couple Gundams.
Okay, yeah, because sometimes like in like the animation things, I don't know if this happens in Gundam, but like they'll be fighting and there'll just be rose petals in space. It's like stuff like that happens. I feel like maybe it doesn't, but it feels like it does.
No,
so it might as well happen.
Gundam Wing Requiem Eternal Sonata.
Oh, it's because they have like
Rose
the
Gundam.
wings.
They have a Rose Gundam.
Is there a Rose Gundam? Oh, it's the G Gundam.
Yeah.
Okay, so
isn't it the French guys?
Yeah, I'm mixing it up with Yu Yu Hakusho with that guy with the whip.
Oh, right. Am I thinking of the same thing? Is there a Rose Gundam, or am I thinking
there is? He does have roses in that.
Are they the same character?
Yeah. Yes.
I think they are. I think those two dudes are the same character. Right.
Okay. All right. I don't want to block his face though. How do I do it?
In what panel?
The one of like his close up.
Oh, you don't need to put the rose in that one.
I feel like it should be somewhere. Like he's.
You can put it.
Because
You
it
can
would
put it
have
in
to
the one
be
of.
this
You can put it.
reveal here. There's not
Put it.
enough room to say all of that and have
Put it
it
in
be
the one
paste.
of him in the chair. You can have him holding it.
Yeah, but it should be like here. It should be somewhere really lame. Like,
It kills your close-up shot, but I mean, if you want to.
yeah, because the line, if he's going to say it.
It. It's gonna be stuck in my head all day now.
We could probably play that without getting in trouble.
I don't know.
I
I don't know
really
how
don't.
sensitive Twitch is.
It's
Does it mute
only
it? It doesn't mute
music.
it live, right? It only
Oh no,
mutes
it
the.
doesn't mute it live, and I have the video anyway. They can't do anything to it.
Right. Yeah, go ahead then.
We need some theme music, everybody. So let's find some theme music.
Either that or the G Gundam. That's more like
Gun
battle music, though.
Gundam 0083 opening. Is that the one? That's
Yeah, I
what
think so.
you're singing, right?
Yeah, the saxophone one.
Oh, wait, let me go back to the beginning. All right.
Yeah, it's the don't.
Okay, so here's where I had to mute the video so that we could actually show this clip in here. Otherwise, YouTube would remove it. But if we were to do the Gundam song, it would probably sound like this. Shoni da Takachi na we Shona no Kochoko Machi Yacha Chono Wichi Kachikani Wu Hona Michi Kaniane Ache Ano We Chino Kidiko China Wani Ano Chi China Kudiko Nakajo I have a fighting heart. And I'm a Gundam boy. I live in outer space, and battles are every day. Chananawi, Chinakuchi Kanawa. In the background's going, oh, don't. Johnny Woo. I have a fighting heart. Chakudi kudi chidikana chow now. Don't check it out. Moji kata kidi kachine wa. If you're Japanese, I'm really sorry. Chikata pani ha chika chinga chikachana pichikonchi wani. Okay, the audio is done now. You can go back to listen to us talk about it.
Do we have to now? Is this the last possible moment?
This is it. I have to draw them next.
All right, go ahead.
All right, we gotta find some.
You got to go for the movie versions.
Okay.
So they have teeth and pupils.
Yeah, but what are they wearing? That's. I feel like we should do the not good version of them.
Oh, what are they wearing?
Like the baseball outfits or something.
Oh.
Like something really stupid.
Oh no. They could be wearing the skin. Well, no, Alfred's already wearing the skin Taichi Gundam thing.
All right, let's think of stuff that mimics the design that's in other shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, what's like a big. Yeah, what's like a pack kind of thing?
It's like a suit that dudes in Gundam would wear.
Or what's like a part of it? Maybe they don't have like the full thing.
Sure.
I don't know. Maybe they're just wearing like. Maybe they're like mostly naked, but like. Got like his red skirts on. What do they have?
Like throw capes.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Like
thinking
those,
like
those capes with the gold chains across the like military capes.
Right. Like that's kind of what I'm thinking is
with like the one gold shoulder pad.
with and maybe like we have the bad boy wearing those like triangle sunglasses that Char wears.
Yeah,
Like the bad Squirtle
yeah,
glasses.
right. Like the evil Squirtle from Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
Right?
yeah, that works.
Okay. Yeah, let's just do versions of like anime capes.
Yeah,
That'll be fun enough.
it'll be like a shoulder pad on one side and like a throw cape.
Okay, so we have her, she's yelling like, "Oh, I caught something on the blah blah blah," right?
I
And
mean,
then over here she's going to be continuing, I guess.
Deadman Pixels was saying the plug suits from Evangelion. You guys taking art questions? Yes, you can ask questions about anything. Just tag us with that Steve Lichman. We'll answer whatever.
Okay, so the girl's saying something up top, just a little bit like, "Captain, quick." And then in the bottom part she'll be saying something too, just so we
Yeah,
don't fill that top panel.
yeah,
And then
Admiral, we're getting a reading.
yeah, and then she'll say what it is, and then he's sitting in silence,
Hmm.
or we can
A Bat class Gundam has powered. No, yeah, that she shouldn't be in silence in the second one. It should
no,
be.
I mean she'll be saying a Bat class Gundam,
Yeah.
but he won't say anything.
Oh yeah, he won't say anything in the second panel.
So he'll say in the close up, you know,
So Bruce.
yeah,
Hmm. So Bruce, you just couldn't resist.
yeah. So he'll break panels here, and then down here, he's going to be calling out to the new heroes,
Hmm.
would be heroes. Okay, cool. All right, now it's time for the reveal. So where he's looking, they'd be like over here.
Hmm.
All right, so let's do that. This perspective in this place makes no sense, but
No,
it's okay. Doesn't matter.
Outer space, it's fine.
Does not matter at all.
Vespero says, "Did you know that sitting down for more than 11 hours a day increases your chance of dying the next 3 years by 40%?" Yeah, of course it does.
Yeah, but I don't really
Big
do
man.
that. Yeah, you got to make sure to get up and get exercise.
We have no opinions on Ready Player One because we haven't seen it. We just know the posters are awful. I haven't read the book.
Yeah, I haven't read it either.
It's the book that everyone always says, if you're a gamer, you gotta read it, and that means I'm never gonna read it. Do you want to reveal who it is?
I think,
Just let people figure it out.
yeah, I think it's kind of obvious, but whatever.
We won't be at WonderCon this year, no.
It might be funny if he also has a different kind of flower.
Sure.
Just different
Sunflower.
flowers. The wrong
daisy.
flower.
A daisy and a tulip.
The wrong flower for what we're doing.
Yeah, just a sunflower.
And the Gundam beam swords. For the cross beam swords of the Gundams.
Yeah, right.
That'll be great, actually.
Yeah. Oh boy.
You called.
As long as you can get us back to Manhattan.
Enough talk. Pay up. And then the dominoes.
Yeah. Are you sure this billionaire's the one funding the Foot Clan? Well, in that case, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
And the enemy of my friend is the Foot Clan.
Yeah. Are you sure this billionaire is the one funding the Foot Clan? That has to be the line. I don't know, guys. I don't think I trust him. Are you sure this billionaire is the one funding the Foot Clan?
How do you know we can trust Char, Admiral?
Yeah. But Leo.
Principality of Zeo.
I don't know. Yeah, have him pull out the size, but I don't know, Leo. I don't trust this guy. Yeah. You sure this billionaire's the one funding the Foot Clan?
Beautiful. This is gonna be like one of the best or worst comics ever. Just the worst.
I love it. Think about how much has happened in the past 2 pages.
A
Wow,
lot and nothing at the
literally,
same time.
literally the evil Squirtle. Perfect. His glasses.
Uh,
Great.
the Admiral shoulder pads.
Yeah.
Not good. Looks so dumb.
It's
I
perfect.
love it.
The Ninja Turtles would look great with those helmets too.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm kind of thinking for like Donatello
Yeah.
or something. Like he'll have
Yeah.
some kind
Yeah.
of technical thing.
That helmet would look great. Jack Max says, if someone is wanting to start going to convention artist alleys, how many pieces would you suggest having? What kind of content, etc.? I'm 100% new to the idea. Friends have been suggesting I do it. Well, it depends on the con. If you're going to an anime convention, obviously you're going to want anime fan art. If you're going to Comic Con, you're obviously going to want stuff that skews towards comics and popular culture. Like the content is sort of depends on the convention. Number of pieces, I'd say at least 10, probably closer to 20 or more. Varieties good to have. Sets are good to have. One thing that makes people a lot of money at those is like, one print is $15, but if you get three, it's like 40 or something. Just like bulk savings. Like, if you get more than one, you get a discount. Like that sells a lot at cons. One for 20, two for 30 kind of stuff. But yeah. The other good thing is if the stuff goes together, like we went to New York Comic Con one year and Dave had done the Ninja Turtle portraits and like people wanted the whole set because it was a set that goes together. So if you want to do like 3 or 4 pieces that are a set that are designed to be hung up next to each other and look good next to each other, that also helps boost sales.
Mm-hmm.
Great. I liked Sean Gordon Murphy's version of the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I like them too.
Was that Casey Jones on the motorcycle?
I don't know. I don't really remember it off the
I
top of
think
my
it
head.
was. He was way too ripped. He looked like the Punisher.
Um, okay, what should Donnie's helmet be? Can't
if
be
we
the
can't
same.
if we can't reuse that one,
I mean, it doesn't need to be a helmet. It can be anything.
I kind of want to give him the Geordie visor.
That makes a lot of sense, but that might be too
I know.
simple.
What can we give him that has a thing that flips over the eye that isn't just using the Raditz thing from Dragon Ball?
Um, let's go through the Rolodex.
Yeah.
Let's go through the anime Rolodex.
I mean, you could just give him the Luke Skywalker helmet.
No.
It's so off anime, though.
We just give him like a hybrid of like the Xeon helmet. I don't know, but then he's a part of Xeon. What's future-ish that only covers half your face?
The Gotcha Man helmet?
Gotcha Man's funny, but I
Wonder if
kind of
that
want.
covers up too much of his face, though.
Hmm. Yeah, those Squirtle glasses are too good. That's the
Yeah, the
problem.
Squirtle glasses are fantastic.
Squirtle glasses are exactly what it needed to be.
Yeah.
So it's hard to think of something else that's that good.
Hmm. We'll think of it.
Yeah, it's fine. You can just be Donnie for now. Come up with something good.
Yeah.
We go.
I'm thinking oh my god. What is this show?
What? The dude from the Burger King kids meals?
No, it's I'm just gonna have to send you the image. I can't remember the name of this. Just gonna send it to you. Hold on.
Sure. Okay. So they're all looking.
Here you go. These 70s ones maybe.
Check it. That's funny. Yeah, maybe it's just like giving him one of those like V things on his head kind of deals with the crystal in the
Yeah.
center, like the Gundam thing. Any other questions?
Give me a second. I'll look at the chat in just a minute. Trying to think of what that.
Okay, so a cool shot. Let's go do a cool shot. Cool shot. Probably don't really want to look out directly at them, but a little bit more than that.
Who's that 70s mech that has like the lower part of like a knight's helmet around the mouth with the slits in it?
But
You know what I'm
Mazinger?
talking about? Is it Mazinger?
Are you talking about the literal knight from that like wrestling anime?
No. Talking about this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, Great Saiyaman's helmet. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, so the last panel. Are you sure this is the guy funding the Foot Clan? That's a good
Yeah,
ending. Like,
it should be him pulling out the size and going, there'll be a little laser size.
well, I have Leo in the front,
Oh, okay.
the
I was
leader.
going to say Raphael should be the one saying, I don't know, Leo.
Yeah,
Are you sure this guy's the one? Are you sure? Yeah. How can we be sure this billionaire they're talking about's the one funding the Foot Clan? Any suggestions for getting early work as an illustrator? Yeah, target jobs specifically, like figure out what kind of illustration you want to do. Illustration's like too broad of a category, so try to narrow it down. Do you want to do fantasy stuff? Do you want to do sci-fi stuff? Do you want to do editorial? Do you want to do comics? Like the tips for getting work in all those fields is different from each other. There's no like general how to be an illustrator right off the bat stuff.
Lika.
So like, tips for getting into fantasy art are going to be different than tips for getting into comics or something. So, but basically, just have a diverse portfolio that shows like originality and technical ability. Those are like the two big things. But yeah, fan art helps because people see you more. It travels faster on the internet. But yeah, great. The popped collar.
Yeah, it's gonna be like one of those. Should probably make it like one of those huge collars, the anime ones.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Like Legato
Yeah,
from Trigon.
exactly.
Yeah. Dave, it seems like your visual library is to the point that you no longer rely on much reference when working on projects like this. How did you get your skills up to that point?
I do rely on stuff, but not to the point where like I'm limited in my sketching. Um, you just do anatomy, really. It's like you do anatomy studies, you work in like perspectives, and then you just draw a lot. I mean, I only started to be able to do like this kind of thing when we started doing comics, and even when I was painting all the time, I couldn't do this. Like
Right.
I couldn't just draw confidently and have it be like okay. And I'm not even saying like I'm anything special right now, but like I couldn't just wing a page before, and now I can because we've made two humongous books. And granted, it's really hard to just draw like 700 pages of comics for no reason, so I don't expect anybody to do that. All right, I forgot he had the glasses on.
Right. Hmm.
But yeah, it's just a matter of practice. There's really nothing else to it. Like I put off, like I did a lot of studies at first, and then went into doing the comics, and it was only doing the comics without really using any reference that I actually learned how to draw. But I was kind of that whole time like thinking of stuff I had learned before. That was just like sitting in the back of my mind that I'd never really applied to anything,
Those glasses.
and I was applying it to the comic as we went doing it. So yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I know it's kind of like a, it's not really helpful to say that, but it's just work. That's it. There's nothing else to it. Oh, by the way, this is something I kind of just like did and then never really brought up again. One of the things that's helped me the most, and this is random, by the way, this has nothing to do with that question, uh, is that I bought the artist pen for the Wacom tablet. If you're having trouble where like your hands are cramping when you're drawing for long
Oh,
periods of time,
right. I forgot all about that. I never got one.
yeah, like it's the
Yeah.
thing that's helped me the most with like maintaining my ability to work for like long periods of time without getting cramps in like my hands, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, when you're drawing with the pen the tablet comes with, it's like drawing with a dildo. Like it's just humongous and
Mm-hmm.
stupid. Uh, so I bought their artist pen that they have, where basically like I don't know, like the size is just, it's like a regular pen. Like you hardly even feel it.
Yeah. 1/3 the size of a Wacom stylus.
Yeah, it's great. So yeah, you can get that replacement pen. It pretty much just works right with your tablet, and then that'll help. It helped me a ton. And yeah, it's just something I thought I'd bring up since people always ask questions about like how do you not like fuck up your hands, or do you take rests and whatever. And a big part of that is making sure that whatever you're using is comfortable.
If you're just tuning in, reminder that tonight at 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST, we will be having a long interview with Brandon Jones, founder of GameTrailers.com and Easy Allies on Patreon. He's an awesome dude who's been around the video game industry since pretty much the beginning of the internet. So, yeah, lots of stuff to ask. I can't wait to talk to him. It's going to be fun. So, join us in just 5 hours from now, actually.
Yep.
Double stream day.
Double stream day. I haven't been looking at the chat at all, by the way. Too.
There's not a ton of questions.
So,
If anyone has anything they want us to address or just anything at all that you want us to talk about, feel free to put it in the chat. Just tag us at Steve Lichman so we see it. This is a great page. This is a really good page.
thanks.
I love those glasses.
Me too.
It's so stupid. oh,
Gotta do the over the top view of outside right here behind them
right.
of like
Yeah, Saturn
planets.
and Galaxy. Another Xeon ship floating by.
Yeah. A class 7 molecule harvester.
Bunch of Gundams. One of my favorite things in those old Gundam shows is that they'd show like maintenance Gundams like working on the outside of the ship.
Yeah.
I love that. Those little details they'd put in that I don't know who thought of it, but it made the universe seem so cool.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do with these pages when the book is done? Definitely not sell them if anyone's listening. There will be no financial gain whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't know what we'll do with them,
I don't
honestly.
know. Put them on our website.
It's
That's
just for
something to read.
fun.
Yeah.
It's like we're on here anyway, so we might as well make something. And we're not going to do our books live because it spoils everything. So if we're going to be live for an hour
Yeah.
every
Gonna
week,
make up our own comics.
yeah, you got to do something fun that's, just whatever.
Exactly. OG Squirtle. At Steve Lichman, I watched your crit stream, super helpful and picked up a lot from them, but would you also help out in the direction people should take in art and work? I thought I did do a lot of that. I'm
Apparently not
sorry.
enough, bitch.
Sorry if I didn't address that stuff. I usually begin with going over the whole portfolio and talking about where it looks like it's leaning and what the strengths and weaknesses are. And then I'll do like a paint over and address like the technical stuff and the design stuff in one particular piece. But yeah, I can definitely focus more on that. And if you want to submit, feel free. We haven't made the email yet, right?
No.
Yeah, we'll have that up this week.
You see all those Gundams?
It's pretty great. I love that. Wow. So much world building.
Yeah. All
Those
that.
circle explosions that are always happening in the
Yeah.
background. Distant battles. Can you show a picture of the artist pen you were talking about? Wacom have a bunch of different pens.
I think it's literally called the artist pen.
How do you grow a social media following like on Instagram? Um, I mean, there's a few ways to do that. Networking is a big one. Having stuff people want to see, which sounds obvious, but it's like, again, the fan art thing. Like if you tap into things that already have a fan base, your stuff's going to spread much faster.
Yeah, especially if you're doing something that's like of the moment, like
Yeah,
hashtags and things that are relevant, and a lot of it's like having to be a part of pop culture. Like you kind of are aware of what people are into, and that can help. That like I've seen really easy stuff where like one artist, I don't mean easy as in like the artwork simple, but like I've seen things where like an artist will just do a gender swap of like Rick and Morty, and then that's on the
right.
front page of Imager. Like it really doesn't take a ton with the ideas to become popular that way. The real thing is that like the reason we always say that is because you want to have something to bring people in that's like a your own take on whatever you're doing. It's the
Right.
same way that you'd get eyes on your work if you did Halo promotional work and you actually got paid to do it. Like that was a big part of how a bunch of artists got like popular, was they worked for a client that was doing this big thing, and then that got eyes on their stuff.
Well, it's like think of any conversation you'd have with anyone, even if it's not related to art. You listen and you look for something you have in common, and then you address the thing you have in common, and that's what makes you get to know the person. Like it's the same thing. Like a shared interest in something because you did fan art of something people like is what's going to make them attached to you
Mm-hmm.
and get invested in the stuff you do because they feel like they know you.
Yeah, the way I would kind of do it is, yeah, like you do the thing that you want to do after you have like a group of people looking at your stuff. Like you want to bring people in and then show them what you do. If they already like your approach to things, then that's gonna make it easier for you to, cultivate that group of people that you brought in and bring
Mm.
them on to whatever you want to do with your projects.
Special rewards for the next Kickstarter? We don't know yet. Probably a third bookmark to go with the sets. Probably no audiobook. Maybe. I don't know. We
It's
probably won't do
just
another audiobook.
crazy.
We'll see how the sales go for the first two. The second audiobook's like over 10 hours long. So it's like, if people don't like it, we just won't put the time into a third one. Maybe a 3-book box set. We're not sure yet. We're looking at a few different things. Maybe more cards if people end up liking the cards. Writing question. Why are you spending any pages setting up this scenario? In my opinion, it's so absurd that the reader's either going to say no or hell yeah just when they see the concept at Steve Lishman. Because there's a difference between random and structured random. And structured random is funnier because it feels like things have a logic in the universe, even if they're completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, if every other panel was just a different pop culture reference, that would be random to the point where it doesn't even matter. There's no rules. It's funnier if there's rules because then things have stakes, even though it seems ridiculous. So there is a Gotham City. Batman was fighting Devilman. He lost the fight. So he summoned a Gundam, but that had repercussions because it showed up on the scanners of another faction that has Gundams. So it's like it's tying things together just in a way that makes a reason for there to be anything there. Like, yes, it's absurd and yes, it's stupid, but it's funnier if you try to explain the stupid, and it's way funnier if you can explain the stupid.
Yeah, you're just trying to keep it in a universe
Yeah,
that works. Like you want to build it like you believe it. Like
right.
that's kind of what's funny about it also is that like anybody cares.
The fun is to do something this dumb, and if anyone reading it gets invested at all, that's hilarious because it's so stupid. But you can pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, we're also like it's a
It
fun
takes.
exercise to do whatever you want
Yeah,
and not
exactly.
care. Like this is
It's
kind
like
of what we do when we write anyway. We just
it's
don't
like
draw it.
stress. Yeah, it's like stress relief. Just like, oh, whatever you want to do,
Yeah.
and have it make sense.
Like we've been doing stuff more like this in our comics.
Yeah,
Like
book two
not
has a lot
not
more
like
stuff.
this. Like it's way more structured than this, obviously. But
Right.
like the way we write is pretty similar to this. Where we're like, and then this could happen. But why would it happen? What would you do? And then like you explain it, and we just kind of like go back and forth on how it affects characters. You're kind of building like what we were saying about Batman having his Bio Brewster armor.
Right.
Like you want to build up like the trope of something stupid like that happens in everything you've ever seen,
Right.
and then just shit on it. Like this is kind of like shitting on stuff, but also a homage to it.
Yeah. We're making fun of anime, but we also love anime.
Right. I don't know. It's more of an exercise though. It's fun
Yeah.
to test yourself and be like, let's see if we can actually pull this together and make something work from this thing we have no plans for.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If it was just random stuff with no structure, I don't think it would be funny.
No.
It would just be like a Robot Chicken episode. I don't know.
Right.
Just wouldn't be funny to me. Trying to sell the fact that there's a lived-in universe that has Batman and Devilman and the Principality is Eon hiring the Ninja Turtles to get Lupin the Third, and actually scripting it is hilarious to me.
Yeah, like whenever Batman stops Devilman, or we think he's going to stop Devilman or something like that, and the Ninja Turtles are there,
We think.
and the Ninja Turtles are holding Batman down in the rain, and they're like, "Why?" Because they, the Foot Clan actually succeeded and killed April O'Neil.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, and then Batman's gonna be like, I had to make a choice. It was difficult,
Right.
boys, but I made it.
Yeah.
Like in order to stop the Joker, he had to help the Foot Clan, and that gave the Foot Clan funding, kind of like
Just
Al Qaeda.
just the edge. In order to follow the money, he had
He
to put the
trained.
money. Yeah.
Wait.
In order to follow the money, he had to put the money into the system.
The link, Dan. The
Yeah.
link is that Batman was a member of the Foot Clan.
Oh yeah, that's League of Shadows.
Yeah, the League of Shadows.
The Foot Clan was part of Ra's al Ghul's League of Shadows.
Yeah, that's the
There we
link.
go. And he trained as a member of the Foot Clan and learned their ways, and then betrayed them
Right.
and then to Gotham City to get him because they found out he was Bruce Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. We got it. Ninjas.
So again,
There we
it's all a
go.
practice, and can you pull it off?
Uh-huh. Oh, that's gonna be really good. That's gonna be great. The League of Shadows here in yeah, the Foot Clan here in Gotham. You must be joking. What is the best canvas size to draw and not have those annoying jagged lines? I think it's more about your DPI, right?
Uh, well, you want to have, yeah, you definitely want to make sure you're working at 300 DPI or higher, and then you also, um, when you're doing your image, you probably want to go up to a pretty high resolution if you're doing a detailed painting. Maybe like, I mean, high pixel count. So maybe like a, I don't know, 4,000 by 3,000 kind of thing, pixels.
Danny is still doing overpaints. I get a few orcs that need to be Mongolified. Yeah. I mean, I don't know when the next one is. It'll be later this week. Opinions on traditional media versus digital. Well, it's not really a versus thing. It's like both are fantastic. They serve different purposes. They both
Oh,
have different, whatever.
I'm going to open up the stream and hopefully it doesn't double. Okay.
Digital, you're if you want to do entertainment art, you're gonna have to learn digital because it's gonna be required for most jobs. Like if you want to do video game concept art or movie concept art and stuff, you're gonna pretty much have to learn digital. But traditional's awesome, and if you can get away with doing it for stuff like if you work for like D&D or Magic the Gathering, you can do traditional paintings and they don't care. They're fine with that. You make more money too because you can sell your originals.
Hmm.
But I'd recommend that everybody try both for sure because both are good. Both have different strengths.
Hey, this first drawing pass wasn't total shit. I
There you
mean,
go.
it's not good, but but
I mean, it's better than the first page.
yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
trash. Oh, I'm happy. I usually, well, just to explain why I just said that is because when you flip the canvas, you can see it for what it really is.
Yeah.
And I flipped the canvas, and there wasn't a ton of errors to fix.
Nothing's skewing way off to the side.
Yeah, there's stuff to fix, but all in all, feeling pretty good.
And Steve Litchman, I'm a graphic designer that realized I want to pursue fantasy illustration. Would you continue with a creative tangent job I have now, or do a different, more menial work while working on portfolio and craft? Well, that's up to you. It's different for everybody. Some people are going to be too stressed working two art jobs that are in vastly different styles. Some people might find it more satisfying to take on a traditional job while they boost the portfolio. I personally can't stand normal jobs. They like kill me. So like I would probably do the former.
Yeah,
But that's different for everyone. I know other people that are way happier working a 9 to 5, so they have a perfectly structured schedule and they can work on their art in a spare, chunk of time.
so excited about this.
Is there a reason to start with blue lines?
Yeah, it's just so that I can lay black on top of them, and I'm not confusing the two. Like
Sketch and final drawing.
yeah, I'm doing the sketch like this, and then I'm gonna lower the transparency of the layer down, and then I'm gonna do final lines on top of it. I won't do that right away. First, I got to do like a cleanup pass where like I fix the anatomy and structure issues. I mean, this one that we just did is a fun. This is like fun layer where there's all the ideas, all the thoughts, everything comes out in the blue line layer. Everything after that is kind of just building it out and making sure the structure's there and everything works. So the fun's over. It's time to get back to the regular shit.
Using Imgur is a good way to become popular just by posting art. The community really loves art and comics there. Yeah, we agree. I mean, that's basically why our first two Kickstarters succeeded was communities like Imgur and Reddit supporting it.
Yep, we got popular on Imager. That was our first post online in general. We didn't even show anything really like uh, on a wide scale anyway. Like we had stuff on Tumblr,
Mm-hmm.
but like Imager is where it really blew up. Like
Right.
our Imager post had like 500,000 hits or something close to that. I think it was 500,000.
Yeah.
And that was one of the big things where we were like, all right, yeah, we're definitely going to make this a thing.
Don't Feed Dirk says, any chance the shipping cost will be lower in the future? I was going to buy both books, but got charged $40 in shipping. Yes, for international customers that aren't in the U.S., shipping will be cheaper in the future. The reason it's $40 is because that's what Amazon's cost is. Between the boat leaving China going to Amazon, the packaging that goes into the two books, and then Amazon's fees for, like, if I was to send a book to Australia, just the single book, the book one that we did last time, sending a copy to Australia was like $32 for the one book. And they just changed their fee structure where now the costs are actually slightly higher. So the two books together this time around are, I don't know, a little under £8, like 7.5 maybe. Um, but yeah, it's ridiculously expensive with Amazon. We found, and that's the other weird thing, is Amazon's the cheapest option domestically for shipping international. USPS is more expensive. UPS is way more expensive. So the cheapest possible option we could get was still about $40, unfortunately. We did find an international distributor that we're sending books to, or we think we are. We're still finalizing that. That is able to ship books in the EU worldwide for a significantly reduced rate. So for future stuff, the cost will probably be closer to $10 or $15. I'm not quite sure. I got to look at.
Yeah.
Last thing we got to figure out is if there's an import tariff. If
Yeah,
there
we're
is, the
not even
price is going
sure
to
if
go
we
up.
can do that because if the import thing is right, then it might
Yeah,
not even make a difference.
there's a chance that there's going to be a 20% import tariff on the books, which we're trying to figure out if that applies to us or not right now. If it does, the cost will go up, but it would still be cheaper than 40 if we do that. But yeah, that's basically, we're not making any money off the $40 in shipping we're charging for the two books. That's just Amazon's rate. You can actually look up Amazon's rates and calculate stuff based on size and weight.
I don't know
But
if there's a thing before this, but Sunnyboy123 was asking, guys, do you have an estimate on when it will be possible for you to live comfortably out of your company? I mean,
I mean,
right now.
yeah, we are.
The thing is that we're just two dudes. It's
Yeah,
like if we were a company that had a lot of people employed, yeah, we wouldn't be able to do anything. But
yeah,
because it's just us and we do everything, it really isn't that bad. So like, yeah, we're not millionaires by any means, but we make enough to pay our bills and work. And we're working on jobs cuz we have to or we will run out of money.
right.
But it's not the way it used to be where we had no side income at all, like, and you
Hmm.
just job to job, like, that's just the way most people work. And ever since we did the books have been able to well, the books have allowed us to like be able to support ourselves and work on things like like we're able to do this and we're able to work on scripts and things. We have that time. And yeah, so I mean, it's comfortable. It's not like we could stop doing things. I don't know when that would happen, if that would ever happen. I don't think it
Right.
would. But yeah, we're happy for sure. Like there's definitely nothing to complain about.
No, yeah, things are good. If there's no
I
lore, it's not worth reading. Yes, absolutely. Hey,
Well,
Dave and
yeah,
Dan.
you need to be able to plug in your own thing into it. It's like relating to characters is the number one thing. Even if it's cheese, it doesn't
Oh yeah,
matter.
absolutely. Well, it's like that's the difference between like the Venture Brothers and other parody shows. Is like I love the Venture Brothers because they built this ridiculous world
Hmm.
of like all these things that are a parody, but they exist in that world and they make sense and
And
they have
also,
rules.
every part of that show, you could easily go the other way and make it completely random.
Yeah,
But they don't do that. They don't treat it like a joke. It is a joke, but it's a joke because it's in
but
the
they treat it.
context of the
Yeah, they
world.
treat it seriously.
Right.
Hey, Dan and Dave, sorry for the random question, but are there going to be Gorgons and Steve Lichman? I was wondering how it would be with a Gorgon in your spare time. Yeah, I mean, we have a Mandusa. He's basically a Gorgon. There's probably other ones. But yeah, pretty much any monster.
Uh, it feels so nice to just draw whatever. To
Hmm.
just draw nothing is like such a great thing.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Like I don't
No, no stakes.
yeah, like I have no I have nothing in this where I think like, man, what's this gonna look like in the final? Nope, don't care. Just want to make it
I
cool.
I have recently set a goal of doing character and creature art for Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder. Do you have any tips for getting these types of jobs? Yeah, absolutely. You want to design characters that are going to stand out and feel exciting and not just do Wayne Reynolds fan art, even though Wayne Reynolds is a good person to look at, especially for Pathfinder. You got to understand that, like, they're similar, but they're two different things. Pathfinder is more concerned with stuff looking cool, and D&D is more concerned with stuff looking, like, technically good. Like, there's still cool designs in D&D, but it leans a lot more towards realism. Pathfinder's sort of like just exciting visual stuff that like you draw on like your sketchbook as a kid. Like the cool stuff about Wayne's art and why he did all their iconics is because he understands like what you want your character to be when you're playing an RPG. Like he covers it with all the loot you find and like all the cool stuff and like all the weapons the person has around their person, and like he just does really cool character designs. D&D, you're going to want to probably lean more towards like cool character designs, yes, but rendered in a more believable way, more emphasis on lighting. Um, but yeah, for both, if you want to do character and creature design, basically to do a basic portfolio for those jobs, just do the 5 thing. You're going to want minimum 5 pieces that are all different. You're going to want, some kind of hero male, some kind of hero female. You're going to want whatever those two heroes are, the opposite. Like if those two are warriors, you're going to want to do some sort of magician that's a different race, because for both D&D and Pathfinder, you've got, like elves, dwarves, humans, like half orc dudes, dragon dudes, whatever. So choose 5. You're going to want to do probably, I don't know, 3 heroes, 2 villains or something, or 5. If you can, do 5 heroes, 5 villains. Make everyone a different class, make everyone a different race. So you basically run the whole spectrum of what you'd be doing in that job. So like that's what I did, and that's how I started working for Pathfinder. I did 5 heroes and 5 villains and made them all different races, gave them all different culture themed armor, and just like, here's what I could do for heroic classes, here's what I could do for villains, and that was enough to start getting me work with Pathfinder. But yeah, variety is a big deal. Other than that, you just want to focus on having designs that are interesting and not just the same Lord of the Rings kind of fan art that everybody thinks they have to do. Um, should I invest in gold or crypto? Probably crypto.
Don't ask us.
Yeah, we have no idea. I wonder if there's a legit dragon in the Steve books. I know there's a furry dragon. Yeah, I mean, you might find out.
Yeah, who knows?
Do you guys have any favorite character designers? Yeah, tons. I mean, who's the one we were just talking about that did the Tactics Ogre stuff?
Yamada. Is that his name? I can't
Whoever
remember.
did whoever did the character class art and the job art for Tactics Ogre, Let Us Cling Together. Great. Fantastic. Amazing shit. So good. Uh I love, my personal favorite is probably Terada Katsuya. I love Terada's stuff because that was the stuff I saw when I was a kid in like Nintendo Power. Like his version of Zelda is still my favorite. Like Link hiding behind the pillar with like the big pig Ganon creeping around the corner. Like that's so fucking cool to me still. I've wanted a Zelda game to look like that since I was a kid and saw that. And none of them have. Other character designers. If you're going for modern stuff, I mean like Westbert's great. All the stuff he works on's pretty dope. Um, Character designers. Yeah, I don't know. Terada's my favorite.
Yeah, I can't think of a lot of like character designers that you can go and look at right now that I really like. Hmm.
Killing it. I can think of like technically really good ones, but I'm trying to think of like super original character designers.
Like to me, the stuff I like the most is probably And this isn't like I wish I knew the names, but I don't. It's like the Monster Hunter art books.
Oh, sure, yeah, Capcom in
Really,
general.
really solid character designs.
Hmm.
Like I like that kind of thing. I don't care for the heavily rendered stuff so much. Like
Right.
I'm just not super impressed by that anymore. Like I'm more of like a fan of the designs, just like really plain designs that are done really well. Stuff that just showcases like the character itself, so it can be like really basic line drawings or whatever.
I can't
Just
remember her
solid
name.
silhouettes and stuff like that.
I can't remember her name, but the costume designer for Bram Stoker's Dracula and that movie The Fall and The Cell and a bunch of other stuff, she's crazy good. Like she's not like a concept art character designer, but like she's so good and super influential. Like a ton of her stuff ended up in Bloodborne because like they're just riffing on that stuff. I mean, the character designs in Bloodborne are insanely good too. Like the From Software team's really good, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. My favorite's still Tirada.
Speaking of character design stuff, um, because of what happened with Paragon, I don't know if you saw any of that.
Oh yeah, is it going totally free now?
They're shutting down in April.
So what does that mean for you?
I don't know. I did 60 designs or 60 plus designs for them in the beginning of the game before they knew what it was. Back when it was called Orion,
Mm.
and I did like a 70s kind of sci-fi thing, and it's totally different than what the game ended up being. But hopefully, I'll be able to show some of that. I reached out to them today since I saw the news that they were closing up. So hopefully, I'll be able to share some work I did, but I don't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it'd be cool to be able to show that stuff. I did it like back in I don't know, like 2014 or something, or
It is
2015.
crazy how many people tried to do that, League of Legends knockoff thing and all of them failed.
Yeah, and it's a risk. It's like when you see
The amount
now
of
that
money that the
Fortnite did Battlegrounds, like that they
yeah,
tried to do that and they're succeeding. It's like that's such a risk. Like
what was that that game with the guns that I've never played. They did
all of
they
them.
did no, no, no. Specifically about guns. They did the one with the penguin. So I am death, destroyer of worlds, and everybody like cringed at E3.
Oh, you're talking about
The amount of money they lost on that is crazy.
Battle Boys or whatever it's called.
Yeah, oh, it was a
It's like
Battleborn.
Battle Realm. Something really boring.
Yeah. Character designers. Favorite breakfast cereal. I've heard this is important for getting the right job. For me, it's Honey Bunches of Oats.
Favorite breakfast cereal? I don't know. I don't like cereal very much.
Yeah, I don't either. It hurts my teeth. But if I had to pick one, it would be Honey Bunches of Oats because it doesn't taste like candy.
Yeah, I would say oatmeal.
Oh, if oatmeal counts, definitely oatmeal.
It doesn't count, I don't think, but
Every morning I have oatmeal with peanut butter and honey in it, and it's my favorite.
I had oatmeal this morning because I woke up late and I needed something instant.
Akihiko Yoshida is the name we're looking for Tactics Ogre. Yes,
Yes.
fantastic. Everything they do, fantastic. Do you find it easy to create the story of Steve Lichman in previous works, or was it a chore in the beginning to create narrative for your works? Well, it was weird because there was no narrative in the beginning. We just did a one-off comic of Steve getting attacked by a warrior, and the warrior, Steve was hoping he was there to visit him, and that was it. It was never intended to be a series. And then we did another one and another one, and it wasn't until the 14th issue that we were like, oh, okay, if this is going to be a book and we're going to make this a thing, we should probably have some kind of narrative thread, or it's just going to be too random and nothing's going to make sense.
Yeah.
So then we started figuring out what to do for story stuff, and honestly, the first book we didn't really know what we were doing.
Yeah, we just struggled a lot with that one. And we also struggled a lot with like if you were listening to us talk earlier, it's not like we're doing some incredible story shit for this, but like the way
No,
we talk to each other, it's like we kind of had to like learn how we do that, like just working together and like what the voice of it is and like how fun you can, how fun you can keep it like when you're doing it where you don't have to be so like beholden to something.
right,
And like we were real worried that like we would need to have this story thing make sense and that would be like the only reason people read it, and
right.
maybe we wouldn't be able to just do like all of our fun weird ideas. And then when we like came back and did the second book, that's when we were just like fuck it, like let's do all of the fun stuff
Yeah,
and
we
make
were
it
like,
work.
this isn't the, we're not like ashamed of the second half of the first book, but we don't
No.
think it's as strong as anything in the second book because it felt like ticking off boxes of what we thought we had to get put in. But yeah. So yeah, it wasn't easy, but it is like it's not a chore. It's fun. The only stuff that's a chore is when we go, okay, this has to happen for this to happen, and you get into like the logic stuff, and you got to figure out ways to put things in to get from point A to point B.
And the fun is in that it's like it's yeah, that's hard, but what's fun about that too is that you have to find a way to make it interesting or like cool or funny or whatever.
Right,
Like sometimes you can make the best premise in the book from like a challenge like that where you're like, this has to work like this, but we also want to do some this like funny kind of thing.
right.
How can we make that work together? Like how do we do both of these things at the same time? And that's when you kind of come up with like fun solutions to problems that end up
Like our
gelling.
pretty much our favorite issue in the second book was something that wasn't even scripted until we had already finished writing the second book. And then we went, oh, this thing needs to happen at the end. What are we going to do for it? And we came up with this issue and just kind of sandwiched it in. And like, that's our favorite one because we just needed to fix a problem and fill a gap.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Oh, yeah, Bug Sloth. We'll have the review thing up, the email address to send submissions for portfolio review up soon. And I'll be happy to look at your stuff. Sorry, don't want to be that guy. But can you please link to where you find your custom brushes for Photoshop? I told them to look at Kyle T. Webster stuff. I'm assuming that's where most of your brushes are.
Yeah, I don't really have any custom brushes of my own. I've never had that. Uh, yeah, Kyle T. Webster has some good ones. I've been using his brush Guasha Go Go, which is, thanks Kyle for making me say that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's the Venti Gouache to Go Go. Yeah, that one's good. Um, what's this other dude's name? Some guy on ArtStation who does kind of like traditional looking paintings. He has some pretty good brushes. I'm sure somebody in the chat will maybe know what I'm talking about. But Kyle T. Webster, you can get away with a lot doing that.
Hephaspro says, "Have you guys watched the new Star Wars? Don't do it if you haven't." I have. Dave hasn't. Whenever Dave does watch it, we're gonna do our first episode of What Would You Do?
I just don't care.
Yeah,
I'm
it's hard to
so
care.
I'm so like bored with that kind of stuff.
That was the most disappointing thing I've seen since what? I don't know.
Can't you just shut your brain off and go to the movies and have fun?
There's the amount of no logic in it. Like it was just the worst screenplay. It had nothing. Like I don't care about any of the character stuff. Well, other than the plot that they wrote for them, but like I saw a lot of people hating on the Asian girl character they added in and like Laura Dern and stuff, and like I don't give a shit about any of that. It's just the screenplay. There's no logic in it. Nothing makes any sense. There's no payoffs for anything. It's just twist, 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 random, random. Yeah, it feels like the movie ends in the same place where it begins. It doesn't feel like anything really happens. It's just crazy to me. I couldn't believe that that was like the big, Luke Skywalker's back. Like that was the movie. Like what? Like, what a huge missed opportunity. Like, but yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about that sometime in depth.
Yeah. It's like everybody's just. It's like I don't know if anybody really loved it. I didn't hear anything like that.
No, I heard a lot of people defending it. I didn't hear anyone praising it. Like, if your article is like in defense of Star Wars Episode 8, it's like, well, you're not saying it's good. You're just saying stop making fun of it. I often draw characters in the traditional way, pencil and ink, scan it, and then apply color with Photoshop. But I feel like I'm being inefficient, even if I feel more comfortable drawing stuff the traditional way. Do you guys recommend that I learn how to use digital programs in order to avoid the traditional drawing part? Well, it sounds like you want to learn digital programs already. So give it a shot. Whether or not you like, you don't have to. Plenty of people draw traditionally and scan it, and it's great. But it sounds like you feel like you're missing out, or you could be faster doing it. So I'd say trust your own instincts and try it.
Yeah, you don't have to. It's up to you. If you want to learn it. It's helpful.
How long did it take you to do all the designs, Dave, for that game? Which name I already forgot. Paragon.
Paragon.
Yeah, Paragon.
Not very long. It
I
probably
almost
took
said
me like a cup, like on and off of, I don't know.
for a split second I thought it was called Paladins, and I was like, wait, is that something else?
It is something else.
All these names are so fucking generic.
I know. Uh, yeah, I think it probably took me like, it's not like the time of me working. I probably worked a total of like 2 weeks, I'd say.
What would be a top five most important aspects of character design for you guys? Anything that's fundamentally indispensable? Yeah, shape and proportion are probably right at the top. Like Capcom we were talking about earlier, like shape and proportion is basically the Street Fighter everything.
Yeah, it's like
Like,
outside of the obvious of like the most important is cool.
yeah, it's got to be cool, number one. Um, there's all different ways to get to cool.
Right.
But yeah, like
And then effective.
shape and proportion's good. Execution would be like the technical stuff, I guess. Like make sure the anatomy and stuff is good enough, and like uh, make sure the design is cohesive and not boring. Like you don't want random stuff on the character. Like everything should look like it fits. Make sure it has like personality to it. So it's not just bland and forgettable.
Hmm.
Like yeah, I don't know. Those are all things to think about.
Yeah, we're probably gonna go real soon,
Think about.
just because we've been on here and we're gonna be
Oh yeah,
back
shit.
soon.
We've been on here for a really long time, huh? We
Almost
haven't we've
two
been
hours.
interviewing 4 hours, right? For anyone listening who doesn't already know, repeating this again, join us at 5 o'clock PST today, or 8 p.m. EST, for our interview with Brandon Jones, founder of GameTrailers.com and Easy Allies on Patreon. That's going to be 4 hours from now, and it should be a good time.
Yeah, and if you want to help support us in what we're doing, since this Batman vs. Devilman comic isn't a thing you'll be able to buy, if you go to acceptablecomics.com, you can check out a free preview of our books as well as pre-order. And yeah, the shipments are, well, we're just waiting. But not too long.
Yep.
Yeah, this is going to be good. This is so stupid.
Can't wait. Oh, I forgot Devilman was huge now.
Yeah, he grew to the size of the...
Right. Yeah, I forgot. Oh man.
Devilman. I'm so happy that this is what it is now.
I'm really excited to see where this goes.
I know.
I can't wait for Batman to be a member of the Foot Clan.
It's, yeah. League of Shadows.
Foot, but he never became one of them.
Whatever he told you, Leonardo, it's not true.
These warriors are the 5 toes of the foot. Without killing them, we can't hope to stop them. Lupin the Third. Well, anyway, I guess we're gonna go. I don't see any like questions, last minute stuff. So guess we're gonna get off of here. Join us in 4 hours, or just hang out, leave the stream open. We'll be back. Uh, yeah.
Yeah, and
Thanks for
again,
coming.
acceptablecomics.com. That's where you can help us out. Or if you want to subscribe on here, you can always do that. And if you want to, if you got pictures of your butthole, you know our Twitters, maybe at Dave Raposa and at Daniel Warren 86. So yeah, thanks so much for coming. We're going to continue to work on this in the coming streams. We're doing this every Monday. So if you missed the last streams, you can go to our YouTube. If you just search Acceptable Comics on YouTube, you can go to our channel. And we have a 4-part series on there of the first page, which is up here on the screen right now. Mm-hmm. And you can check that out where you go over a story and everything else. Yeah. Next Monday, we're going to continue on with this page, and we'll see what happens with... I'll turn the layers on so you can get a look at it again. So we have the girl responding to the Devilman versus Batman Mazinger fight on Earth in Gotham. And then we have a cockpit, or the bridge shot of inside Char's ship. And then we have a close-up on Char, and he's got like a rose he's sniffing. And then he's talking to the big reveal here. These Japanese anime versions of the Ninja Turtles with some Gundams in the background and some space battles. Mm-hmm. And then they're not sure if they can trust this Char because, who knows if Bruce Wayne's actually working with the Foot. But I'm pretty sure he is. So, yeah. We'll see you guys. Stay good.